Well, God, I'm back. I know, light probably glaring and making things all weird and stuff. I know. I got this fan plugged into the source for the lights. Oh, I could shut the fan off, but I don't feel like sweating my ass off. It's hot enough. So my thing is people have to remember something. Life's what you make it. All right. Life's what you want it to be. And some people think that your life has to be full of things and the nicest things, and they think they have to have the finest things, and so on and so forth in life. That's fine if that's how you want to live your life. Then you have other people that doesn't matter. You care less. Care less about having the nicest, fanciest stuff. Doesn't matter. There's always somebody out there that's going to have nicer and fancier stuff. Don't feel like playing that game. Why? Because you know what you're worth. You know who you are, what you're made of, and you're content within yourself. You don't have to wear fancy clothes. You don't have to have fancy cars, house, none of that. You can dress like a bum. And other people will look at you and go, God, look at that bum. But you don't care because they're insecure in themselves. But he doesn't have any pride in himself. What does pride have to do with anything? What does God tell you about pride? There's a lot of people out there. They think their status is their job. Their status is their bank account or a portfolio, things like that. Their status is their car, how nice and fancy it is, or how big a Rolex you can wear. I mean, look, I don't wear watches. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what time. I don't care the month or any of that stuff. I could care less. See, that's their world out there. This world here, I don't care. If I want to stay up all night and do whatever I want to do, I do it. I don't care what they do out there. You see, that's the difference. You got to be content within yourself and know who you are. Don't run around trying to please everybody and worry about what I mean. I am the last person that gives a shit what anybody thinks of me. I don't care. I mean, I don't even think that's the least of my thing at all. A lot of people, oh, it's important to look. People that know me trust me with everything they got because that's the type of person I am. But I don't care what people think as far as I mean, I wear old shirts, I mean, they're old work shirts, I get them dirty. I mean, I weld stuff to get holes in them and all kinds of stuff, grease and you name it. But I don't care. If I tried to walk into some restaurants, they'd go, "Oh my God, you don't meet our dress code," and I'd be like, "Your food's overpriced, you snob." Hell, you'd be better off going to the damn meat market and getting yourself a steak and go grill it on a grill somewhere. Probably better than what the hell they're serving anyways. So yeah, and if you could find a partner in life that accepts you for who you are and what you are, you're a lucky son of a gun. That goes for women too. You know, you can find someone that accepts you for who you are. Good. Can't ask for more. You got somebody that wants to change you, or well, this is the fashion today, or this is that, or this is the haircut, and blah blah. I don't care about haircuts. Hell, once a year I take my hair and I just get a, you know, little trimmer. Just it all comes off, and then it all grows back. The only time I cut my hair is when it starts getting in my face and things like that. It bothers me. That's when I cut my hair. That could be whenever. Sometimes it might get longer than other times. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. I don't say, oh, it's been 6 weeks. I better get a haircut. Just like shaving. I'll shave when I feel like shaving. People don't like some things like that. You got to have routine and you have to have discipline and all this and that stuff. Well, it's fine and dandy. You know, you can have all those things. You know, I mean, when there's a job to do, we get her done, and we don't have to do it twice because it's usually done right the first time. So what I'm getting at, folks, is this world is all bullshit, and I'm not even really talking about God or anything like that right now. I'm just talking about you personally, how you see yourself, and are you content with yourself? Some people seem to think, oh, you got to push yourself, you got to do this, and you got to do that, and all these and this and that. Sounds great and wonderful. And some people, that's how they like to live. Good. But maybe when that person's 70, 80 years old, they stop and they look back and they go, who are my kids? I mean, I know their names, I know what they look like, but who are they? What's my daughter's favorite color? What's my son's favorite car? You know, they may think back and go, well, you know, my first wife was pretty good, but my second wife, boy, she was high maintenance. And, well, my third wife, she, when they get older in life, then because it just settles down. Life catches up with them. And now they're second guessing everything, and they might have a few regrets on things and this and that. You got to remember, your time is money. Your time is valuable. Use it wisely. You know, if you have a job that you play video games in and you get paid for it, well, okay, great. Play video games and get paid. If it's a source of entertainment, okay, that's good. You know, but don't let life pass you by. Just like working, you know, company pays you really really well to do your job, and you like doing it, man, do it. If they don't, well, look for something else. And I remember cops saying, "Oh yeah, we pull up to a scene and this person's all tore up and dead, and mangled because they crashed into a tree or whatever, whatever." And they don't like doing that. They don't like pulling up scenes like that. I'm like, all right, I understand, but you did sign up for it. If you don't like doing that, you can quit your job and go become a school teacher. It'd be like a soldier that doesn't like to shoot and kill or see blood and stuff like that. It's like, well, you're kind of in the wrong business, ain't you? More noise out there. This has happened before. I don't know if somebody's throwing shit at the building or what the hell. Ain't nothing around to fall on it. I attribute it to Bigfoot. It's like, oh, Mr. Bigfoot. Like, come on, buddy. Come on, Mr. Bigfoot. Come see me. Come see me, Mr. Bigfoot. Let's see. Let's see how much fun we have. You won't like it. You won't like it one bit. I'd have a good time, but he won't. So if you're out there fucking around, remember, you're fucking with your life. So that's how things work. But like I was saying, you know, don't worry about what people think of you. Be secure in yourself. Know what your self worth is, and you'll be ahead of the game. You won't be chasing your tail. See, that's what a lot of people do. They get on the internet and the news and things like that, and they start reading things, and it's like, well, what's it matter? How's that change your life? See, I mean, let's say there's a collapse in the world, and now the dollar goes to zero, and all the economies in the world collapse, and everybody's running around, oh my God, oh my God. Are you going to worry about it? What are you going to do to change it? How are you going to take care of yourself? You'll manage and you'll do fine. Now that's where God comes in and He takes care of you. You pray to Him, and you should anyways, regardless, because Jesus Himself was the poorest person in the world. Didn't have a house. Everything he had was like borrowed. People gave it to him. You know, I mean, but he was the creator. It's funny how that worked, isn't it? Poor as poor could be, but he created the universe and he owned it. Here you got somebody that's the creator that is poor. Can do anything he wants. Could be the richest, most powerful, everything. But he wasn't. Didn't force his will on anyone. He warned them, let them make their decisions, and it was their decisions that took him to ruin. He gave him a chance. So don't let other people determine your worth and how you see yourself. I mean, if you're out doing things that are not very nice, things such as I think everybody gets it. I mean, I'm not even talking about the laws we have on man has on their stupid books or whatever. If you're out there breaking God's laws and things like that, well, yeah. I mean, you need to reevaluate yourself, and you might have a few people that intervene and say, listen, you're heading down the wrong path. That's a different story. But I'm just saying you need to not let others and the television and radios and everything influence your life. And children especially. They're so influential to, I think, what? I mean, their formidable years, I don't know, they're really influential till what, like 10, 12? So they see all this crap in their life. And it's like embedded in them. It's like in their DNA now. That's why if you have children, you're better off just like, don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to that. You know, it's it's hard raising children. Most important job you got in life. And even after you raise them and you think you did a good job, some will surprise you one way or the other. But again, that's no reflection on you. I should say most of you. Some, their parents, the child didn't have a choice. He just got a rotten set of parents. Mosquito buzzing around there. So, folks, that's all I got on here to say. If you lost your job tomorrow, and you lost your car and your house and everything else, that's why I keep bringing things up like Brandon Joe Williams. And there's others out there like him. I'm sure if you go watch some of his stuff, some of the other stuff will pop up. There's always an exception to the rule. But don't let anybody belittle you because there's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs to AI. There'll be a lot of white collar, a lot of blue collar, a lot of everybody. And you're all in this together. And you don't stand around making fun of each other going ha ha ha, you know. No, you gotta think of a way to uplift yourselves. Have your own community. Figure out how to make or build or grow or whatever things so you can all survive. It may not be a monetary system like we have today. It might not even be a barter system. So there's all kinds of ways to do things. When God gave the sermon, Jesus gave the sermon at the sea there. And there was 5,000 men because they didn't count women and children. I've explained this before. So if there's 5,000 men, let's say there's 5,000 women. And let's say each one of those people had a child. That's another 5,000. Let's say they had two children. That's 20,000. And he fed everyone bread and fish. Just kept reaching their hand in the basket, kept pulling out food. Everybody ate. And a crowd that large. They didn't have PAs, they didn't have amplifiers, they didn't have any of that stuff. But they heard his message. Everyone heard his message. That's divine in itself. Feeding people, miracle. They walked around 40 days, and God fed them. Moses comes down out of the hills with the tablets, with the commandments on it. Those people didn't farm, they didn't do anything, they were just followers. They just walked roaming the desert and everything else, and God fed them. Well, I could ramble on and on. I'm kind of getting off track here a little bit, but I digress. I do that a lot. You folks, y'all have a good one, and by God willing, someday you'll be in paradise. Paradise. Amplify your best day here by, I don't know, 1,000. Something to look forward to. Not to be afraid of, but to look forward to.